The chronic arthritis and joint pain that you are experiencing on a regular basis is routinely relieved and often fully corrected with the supplements I'm going to share with you today. And these supplements have been around for decades, right underneath your nose, and you didn't even know they existed. Well, the reason why is that they have only been distributed through licensed healthcare practitioners such as myself. Now they are available directly to you. And what's great about these supplements is that they are safe, natural, and that they are whole food supplements. They're not synthetics made in a lab somewhere. So you're getting the cream of the crop, the best of the best. And you can't say that these don't work because I've been using them over 25 years with hundreds, probably thousands of patients at this point. So if you can't get out of bed in the morning without pain, if you're stiff, you're achy, you can't do the things you want to do in life, maybe you're reliant on prescription or over-the-counter pain medication, which is toxic and destructive to your liver, then there are alternative solutions that are effective. Let me tell you about a senior patient of mine in her 70s. She came to me with really bad stiffness in her fingers, and she had a hard time actually sleeping because they would ache at night. She couldn't sew anymore. Sometimes she would drop things, and she had inflamed joints. You could even see them, the knuckles enlarged. And she also had painful knees where she couldn't go up and down stairs properly. After a few weeks on the supplements that I'm going to recommend to you today, she has no longer experienced this stiffness. The swelling is way down, and she can actually sew again. She's able to sew, she's not dropping things, and she can go up to bed at night without pain. She can go downstairs from her bedroom in the morning without pain. And she really just got her life back. She was someone that really wanted a natural approach because her liver markers were being elevated because of regular use of Tylenol and over-the-counter pain medication. So it was just not a good thing for her liver, obviously. And so she was looking for a natural approach, something that was effective. She was referred to my practice. And again, she's got her life back again. She can do what she wants to do. She can go up and down stairs. She can sew. She can go out with her friends. She can do yard work, all because she's taken actually some natural whole food supplements that are effective. Now, if you're thinking, oh, this isn't going to work for me. I've tried natural supplements. I've tried herbs before. I assure you, you haven't tried standard process supplements. You haven't tried the recommendations that I'm going to share with you. So stay tuned. We're going to dive in right now. The first product I want to talk about today is Chlorophyll Complex from Standard Process. So Chlorophyll Complex is the only oil-based chlorophyll on the market. So if you go into Vitamin Shop or a health food store, Walmart, I don't know if they would even carry something like chlorophyll, but anyways, you go to some type of a health food store online, what you're going to see is either a powder form or a liquid form of chlorophyll, which simply is not as effective as this fat-soluble oil-based chlorophyll. So it's in a gel cap and it's an oil. Now, why would you want to take this for joint pain? Well, what it does is it neutralizes the chemicals that cause joint stiffness. So if you have a frozen shoulder, if you have stiff, achy knuckles, if you have a stiff back, this will help support the body's ability to loosen up these joints, and it neutralizes the chemicals that cause joint stiffness. Another thing you're going to want to possibly do is pair this with something called Cal-Ammo. Cal-Ammo is an acidifying agent. What it does is it actually acidifies the joints. And when you have stiff, arthritic, inflamed joints, or you have bursitis, the little sac called a bursa sac that's around the joints in your body, those can get inflamed, and they're actually too alkaline or basic when that's occurring. The Cal-Ammo is going to neutralize that overly alkaline joint, which is causing problems, pain, stiffness. Okay, so it's going to neutralize and balance the pH in that joint or in your joints systemically so you can feel better. So if I had joint stiffness, bursitis, painful joints, that type of thing, what I would do as far as dosage is I would take personally 2-3 times a day of the chlorophyll complex, and I'd take 1-3 times a day with the Cal-Ammo, with or without a meal. So drop a comment below if you've ever heard of alkaline acid imbalances causing joint stiffness or joint pain. I'd love to hear, because I don't think too many people are educated on this, even though the information has been around for decades, and I've been applying it for 25 years in my practice. So would love to hear, if you have any questions too about that mechanism. So let's get into the next product now. The next product we're going to talk about is Glucosamine Synergy. So Glucosamine Synergy is really a game-changing glucosamine sulfate product. Glucosamine sulfate is a substance that has been shown to slow down or even reverse cartilage degradation. So if you have broken down cartilage, and that goes hand in hand with osteoarthritis or arthritis, you may want to look into a product like glucosamine sulfate. So this is one of those products that people notice a difference very, very quickly usually, but it also it's a long-term rebuilding product that you take for months to actually rebuild or at worst slow down that degradation of the cartilage in the joint. So it has glucosamine sulfate, which is that substance where there's lots of studies on, and this substance again has been proven to reverse cartilage damage. And we want our cartilage. When you have a bone-on-bone situation, you just don't have any shock absorption in that joint, and that's where you're going to have the stiffness and pain. And when you have a serious bone-on-bone, oftentimes you can reverse that with whole food supplements, but there are times when you just have to go get that joint replaced. And I will say that if you do get a hip or a knee replacement, they really have it down to a science now. In the last couple decades, I can't remember someone that had a bad experience with a joint replacement in my clinic anyways. They, again, really have it down to a science, and people often make really fantastic quick recoveries. However, you don't want to have to go through that if you can avoid it. So glucosamine sulfate, again, it has the glucosamine sulfate in it, but it also has a whole food blend of nutrients that help regenerate and repair joints, cartilage, ligaments, tissue itself. It also has an herb in it named Boswellia. Everyone's heard of frankincense. Well, that's what Boswellia is. And it's a very strong anti-inflammatory herb. It really can put the fire out. So it's a wonderful synergistic blend, this product. I'm thinking of two patients right now. One had a knee issue, some non-diagnosed arthritis in her 60s, but came to see me, hadn't had an x-ray, but within weeks, she had full use of that joint and pain gone. I'm thinking of another patient who I put on glucosamine sulfate. She's in her 50s, some finger joint issues, some stiffness when she's using a mouse at work, and after a week, that was totally gone. If I was taking Glucosamine Synergy for just general arthritis, I would take 1 capsule twice a day. If I had a serious arthritic joint, I would take up to three times a day to see if I could, give that joint the nutrients to regenerate itself. The next product I want to share with you is called Celan 4 Bone Cartilage Vertebra. Here's the box. And this is an extremely exciting product. It's a stem cell-like product, and it's derived from carefully controlled black sheep in Europe. And it's only in the past several years been available in the United States through licensed healthcare practitioners, and you can get it directly through our clinic online now, which is exciting because prior to that, it wasn't available. This is a product that I've used, and I have helped people avoid surgeries, avoid knee and hip replacements, recover joints, handle mild to severe arthritic symptoms with. So this is something I'm going to go to if there's a serious acute situation, or maybe it's a last-ditch effort to avoid a knee or hip replacement or some type of joint surgery. And if I was in that situation, I would be taking 2 of these on an empty stomach every day. If it was a lesser severity condition with a joint, then I would be looking at 1 a day. And again, it needs to be taken on an empty stomach because it needs to be passed through the stomach into the intestines and get absorbed there. So I love this product. I've been using it for since 2017, I believe, in the clinic. And there's a whole line of these for different organs and glands, but this one is phenomenal for joint issues. And it can be used synergistically with the Chlorophyll, the Cal-Ammo, the Glucosamine Synergy, or used by itself. Again, it's so exciting because we've all probably heard about stem cells and getting injected stem cells, but we don't hear about oral stem cells, taking them in pill form. And now it's available. Please leave a comment below if you've heard of stem cell therapy before, or maybe you've experienced it. I'd love to hear from you about it. Before we get into the last product, I want to talk to you a little bit about sugar. Sugar is a very pro-inflammatory food, if we want to call it that. But cookies, cakes, candy, pop, all that stuff. If you have chronic pain and arthritis, that's just going to add fuel to the fire. It's going to be pro-inflammatory, like I said, and it's going to create big problems. Sugar equals pain. And if you would like more information on sugar and how to handle sugar cravings, how sugar affects the body, if you go into the description below, I have a free report on how to handle sugar cravings and more on sugar and how to get it out of your diet on a more regular basis. I realize it's addictive and you may want to get off the sugar, but it's just difficult to do. Well, go in the description below and I'm going to give you some great information on how to handle those sugar cravings and get some of that sugar out of the diet. The last product we're going to get into is Cataplex ACP. So this product is one of the most versatile products in my clinic. I use it for a lot of different issues. We're going to focus on pain today, okay? This is something that my own mother takes. She takes 3 twice a day, and it keeps the pain in her fingers away. This is a strong anti-inflammatory. It has whole food A, C, and P. The P stands for bioflavonoids. In the old days, they used to call bioflavonoids vitamin P. And again, it's a strong anti-inflammatory, and it helps build the integrity of tissue. And it again puts the fire out. Cataplex ACP is great for tennis elbow, strained muscles. It's a good antioxidant. Helps with sore throats. It supports the immune system. It does so much, but if you want sort of a natural aspirin effect, you're going to want to take a look at Cataplex ACP. If I was in an acute painful state with a tennis elbow or I sprained something, I would be taking three times a day of these, maybe even more. The serving size is 9 a day. So I would be happy taking as much as 12 to 15 a day of these in an acute situation. That may sound like a lot of pills, but I mean, if you look at them, they're very, very small and they crush very, very easily because they're whole food. So they're very, very easily assimilated, very benign supplements. They don't cause upset stomach, even on an empty stomach with most cases. And the reason why is because they're not synthetic, made in a lab. They're food concentrated in a pill. Dehydrated down, ground up at low temperatures, so all the nutrients and enzymes, vitamins, minerals are all, fully intact. In closing, we went through a lot of supplements that can help with joint pain today, between the Chlorophyll complex, the Cal-Ammo, Glucosamine Synergy, Cataplex ACP, and the Celan bone cartilage vertebra, that stem cell oral-like product. All these can be paired together or taken individually, and I'd love to hear which one or which products you are most excited about. So leave a comment below and please check out my next video.